We now know that there are accusations of sexual misconduct against John Conyers, congressman from Michigan, and against Al Franken, senator from Wisconsin. And also Joe Barton, congressman from Texas, is accused of having a kind of a seedy affair and posting pictures on Facebook or otherwise. I mean, it's pretty disgusting stuff.
It's distasteful. And I would say what is more concerning are a couple things. There are two things that we have to be concerned with. One is that we found out this week that Congress is using a slush fund to pay people who bring claims of this nature so that they can just be done with it.
Right.
And
Conyers,
there's no
Conyers
transparency.
paid off the woman who complained against him, and that's taxpayers' money.
Well, he paid it through his office account. Somehow they couched it in the form of severance. Now, I don't know whether the allegations are true or whether or not the severance was reasonable or not, Michael.
Right.
And I want to avoid being so dramatic around, because these things have to be put in the right context. You cannot say death to someone's political career over a set of allegations, and I think that needs to be handled equally across party lines.
Right.
On the other hand, I do think what the allegations concerning Conyers is concerning. One is that he had a superior position to the subordinate whom the alleged victim. That's a big problem anywhere, particularly in Congress. And two, that was utilized public monies to pay somebody severance. That again is just the allegation. With respect to Franken, it's a little bit different because the allegations are coming out of his non-public life when he was an entertainer, and he wasn't in Congress then. So there's a little bit of a difference. If they're true, then people can pass judgment on all they want. But from a public policy standpoint, it is less concerning than what Conyers did.
Yeah. Well, your point. But let's be nuanced. Let's be. There are differences between. Somebody who is, say, Judge Roy Moore. And according to the woman who says she was 14 when he took her and undressed her and had some kind of a sexual encounter, which is very disturbing.
Again, it's death by politics, though. It's not death by a court of law.
Well,
what my point being is that you raise that issue. Again, we've got to be careful about these things because there are relationships between men and women and consenting adults. The question is where the superior position lies, and was it coercion, one, and two, is there public monies and funds involved that the public simply doesn't know about?
All good questions. Jessica, when you hear about all these accusations, it's not exactly new. Mark Foley was a congressman from West Palm Beach a number of years ago. He was sending sexual texts and emails to young male pages in Congress. He lost his job because of it. So it's not exactly something new, but it's something disturbing.
No, it's not something new. And what we're seeing is that people that have been victimized are coming forward now more than ever, and they're being, buffered by other people. This whole Me Too campaign was very illuminating. As a female, they say the future is female. I think this is kind of a moment of reckoning, for women to take.
The tipping point, do you think?
Absolutely. I think this is, we have to for women to have equity in our society, we have to bring these things up to the table and discuss them and have a very honest conversation. We cannot allow Congress to have a slush fund to pay secretly, the people that they have victimized. So I think it's a big culture problem with people in power. And if people might follow the Pence rule, they might have avoided a lot of these issues.
Right. Which he was criticized for.
Which he's very much.
Yeah, I mean, the Pence rule. If you follow the Pence rule, then business is going to probably just grind to a halt. If you can't be alone, if you're a man and you can't be alone with a woman, unless your wife is in the room, then you've got a major problem.
Agree. All right, everybody, hold your thoughts. We're going to come back, talk more with the roundtable after a break.